Okay, ITS128, and today we're going to cover Xylab's, the programming exercises in the back of Chapter 3, at the end of Chapter 3. And we might not have to go the whole period today. So let's, we have finished all of the sections in Chapter 3, pretty much. We've gone over all these things: type conversions, the binary numbers, string formatting, and so let's do some of these problems here. All right, the first one is we're supposed to make this arrow. If you just squint, it kind of looks like an arrow. So let's basically we just have to make this. And the thing is we, as inputs, we input what what this character is going to be, and then we input what this character is going to be. And so you can't make your program just you can't just hard code your program to print this, because then when it does its testing, it's gonna catch you. So what I'm gonna do first, and I didn't do this before. Row 1, head character. Okay. I see. Okay, I'm going to do, let's see this. Row 2 equals row 3 equals, and row 4 is just like row 2. And row 5 is just like row 1. So I'm going to say row 4 equals row 2, and row 5 equals row 1. Now, I'm going to trick it and see if I can do this. I'm going to just put this here. And I'm going to put... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's only 5. Okay, well, what? Oh well. So I'm going to do that, and then for row 3, it's one more, I think. Well, wait a minute. Wow, I wonder why it does that. All right, well, anyway, I'm going to see what this does. I'm just going to see what this does. Oh, hash, what is it? Star hashtag. Star hashtag. Excuse me. I forgot this. All right, well, that's not this, because this has more asterisks in it. So anyway, I'm gonna see what this does. See what this gives me for grading. By the way, this is wrong. But I want to see if it's possible to trick it. And the answer should be no. But okay, here. Oh, okay. See, here it used different characters, so then you got everything wrong. But let me fix this first. Space, asterisk, asterisk. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, so yeah, this is funny. So anyway, in this case here, they, this is obviously wrong because it should be the these characters, the characters that the asterisks here should be hyphens, and the pound signs or hashtags or whatever we're calling these these days is supposed to be a star. And see, it should look like this. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I didn't think that was going to work. But so what we have to do is we have to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these base characters for the star. So I'm going to do this. Copy this, and I'm going to say row 2 is actually, well, it's actually 6 base characters and 2 head characters. Yeah, so base character plus base character head. Okay, that's row 2, and row 3 is just like it, except for it's got 1 more head character. Well, let's see what this looks like. Okay, so now I run the program, and it looks correct. And if I do this, I see that it looks like it's supposed to look like the other one did. But anyway, so so I've pretty much done the whole thing for you here. So I will leave that. Let's go on to the next one. All right. Let me make sure, because people might be wanting to ask me questions. Sorry. Can you use base cut? Oh, that's a good question. Very good question, and you might be right. Both, by the way, more than one. The question you can see in the chat is was also asked by somebody else privately. So it's that good question, and I gotta always make sure I open up this chat thing. So let me go back to where I was, and oh, all my code is here. So somebody wondered. Do this. Oh my goodness. You guys are so smart. You guys are way ahead of me. Okay, well, yes, okay. Very good. Thank you. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. I hope the rest of you caught that. Okay, so this is an interesting one because there are a couple of ways that we can do this. Okay, we can do this the way they suggested, and we can also do it using strings. Okay, now they want you to use the integer. They want you to use this do this prop. See, basically, we're supposed to take a regular 10-digit phone number, and we're supposed to make it, we input this and we output this, okay? And so what you have to do is you have to somehow slice off this and have that be separate than slicing off this, and then have that be separate slicing off this, and then you have those 3 separate parts as strings, and then you can construct this thing here by first, making left parentheses, and then do the first part, and then do a right parentheses and a space, and then do the middle one, and then do a hyphen, and then do the last one. And so it wants you to use the percent, the modulo operator, to hack off the tail end of if you do mod 10,000, then it's like you do mod 10000 on this number, and you end up with this. And then you can you can divide by, well, here it shows you. If you have the number 572 and you want the rightmost 2 digits, you mod it with 1 followed by 2 digits, because you want 2 digits. So 572 mod 100 is just the bottom 2 digits. It's just the 72. 572 / 100, that's the integer divide, hacks off the bottom 2 and just leaves you with what's ever left. So that's why you end up with 5 here. So we can, so let's say we read in a phone number, and we want to make the area code, and well, let's just do this. We want to hack off the bottom 7 digits. So you do phone number / 1 followed by 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. And then when we print AC, it looks like this. So I've got this phone number there, and when we run this, it's going to go, there's the 800. So that's the first one. And then let's take, we want to, let's hack off the bottom 4 right now. So let's do, so I'm going to call it bottom 4, because I can't think of any better name for it, is phone number mod 1,000. No, 10,000, because I want 4 zeros. And so now I can print the bottom 4, and it looks like this. So that's the 1212. Now I just have to get at this 500, this 555. So how do I get at the 555? Well, let's first do the modulo to get this 5551212. So I'm going to do bottom 7, because I can't think of anything better, is phone number mod 7 digits, 1 followed by 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. And if we print bottom 4, no, bottom 7, we get, here's the 5551212. And now if we take 5551212 and we hack off the bottom 4, we just end up with the 555. So we hack off by doing the divide thing. So let's do middle 3, because I can't think of anything better, is equal to bottom 7, and I want to get rid of the bottom 4, right? So I do, yeah, right, bottom 4. So yeah, I want to shift, okay, right. 1 2 3 4, and let's print middle 3. Okay, there. Now also I got the 800, I got the 555, and I got the 1212. Okay. So so I can you now should be able to put together something that prints this out. Okay, and you want to do it by declaring a variable, a print variable, like formatted number phone is equal to something plus something, whatever, and then you want to print the formatted. Okay. Oh, actually, no. You don't need to do that. Well, you can use a formatted print. You can use a formatted print, I think. Why not? You can do parentheses, end parentheses. I wonder if this will work. End parentheses, space, hyphen, So I think so. This should work. Okay. I'm gonna show you a different way to do this. That when I first looked at this problem, I thought, well, you should just do strings, because with the string you just say, well, I want to print out the first 3 digits of the string, the first 3 characters of the string, and then first I want to print out this, then I want to print out the first 3 digits, then I want to print out the second 3 digits, and then I want to print out the last 4 digits. And so if it's a string, you can just to print out a slice, you can just put the indexes, the boundary indexes. So you could just do something like, I'm going to try to print this out. All right, I'm going to do a different problem. I'm going to make it so it prints 808-555-1212. So it's going to use hyphens instead of the parentheses. So I'm going to print this one, and I'm going to do it with strings instead. So and I'm going to, okay, so I'm going to do, can I do it all in one? Yeah, I can. I'm going to do it in one statement. Print. See if this works. It might not work. This dash this dash this quote dot format parentheses, and the first parameter is string of phone number 0:3, comma, string phone number 3:6, comma, string phone number 6:10, I think 6:10 or something. So yeah, close this. I wonder if this will work. Unexpected EOF while parsing. I must have. Oh, I left out. I need another. There we go. String indices must be integers. String indices. Okay. let me do this. ACE, the area code equals, no. PN equals string of phone number. Okay, I'm going to go back to string. And then I'm going to do PN, that's phone number, the full phone number. Area code equals PN 0:3. Middle 3 equals PN 3,6. And last 4 equals PN 6,10. Print AC, mid 3, last 4. Maybe. Let's see. I think this is supposed to be one after the last digit you want. Let's see. I'm gonna comment this out because I don't want this to mess anything up. Okay, so yes. So it's this is 0, 1, and 2, and then this is, so we aren't going from 0 to, somebody brought up a good question. Shouldn't it be 0,0:2? Because that's like the index of the first digit to the index of the last digit. And really what it is, it's the index of the last digit plus 1. So that's just something you got to know. And so that's why it ends up being, it's almost like we're counting the third, whatever this third digit is twice and 6, but no. And it's also confusing because in other languages, when we're splicing out the string, the second digit is the count. The second digit is the actual number of digits, not the index of the last digit. So, it's just different for whatever programming language you're using. All right, now what I wanted to do then is I wanted to see if something like this would work, where I do AC, mid 3, last 4, and I guess does this have to do with numbers? So you can't use it. You can't use this with characters, strings. Oh, I guess you can. Okay, all right. So this does the hyphens. You have to do it this way. And by the way, if you do strings, if you convert it back to a string, see it converts it to an integer for you because it wants you to do all this kind of stuff. But the trouble with this kind of stuff is it's a phone number like this doesn't work. Well, if you could have other zeros in here, which could make this thing mess up too. So this is really a bad way to do it. Turns out that if you do submit this using strings instead of this integer division modulo way, you get all the points. Okay, so it's not sophisticated enough to be able to detect if you used the math, the modulo and the integer division approach rather than the string that's getting splicing off portions of the string. All right, so anyway, hope you learned something. Let's see what's next. All right, so here we have you're supposed to figure out how much caffeine your body is going to have after a certain number of hours after you drink the caffeine, assuming you drink. Okay, so you drink a cup of coffee or you drink a cup of something, and it's got 100 milligrams of caffeine in it. Well, it turns out, I guess, the half-life of caffeine is 6 hours. So So at 8 in the morning, you drink a cup of coffee or whatever, and it's got 100 milligrams of caffeine in it. Um, at at 2 p.m., which is 6 hours later, there will be 50. There will, it will have, degraded half by half, and you'll only have 50 milligrams in your system, in your body. And after 12 hours, by 8 at night, it'll be down to 25 milligrams. And it's not until, and assuming you don't drink any more coffee for the next 24 hours, so let's say that that by 8 in the morning, the next morning, you still have 6.25 milligrams of coffee in your system. So I don't know. I guess maybe you can overload on coffee or something. But anyway, all right. So basically, this simple dumb program, you enter in a 100, and then it does this. After 6 hours, you divide it by 2. After 12 hours, you divide it by 4. And after 24 hours, it looks like you divide it by 8. Maybe. Let's see. After 6 equals caffeine milligrams divided by 2. This should be one kind of a spacing. After 24, you have caffeine milligrams divided by divided by 2, divided by 2, divided by 2 is divided by 8, I guess. So you can say print, and they want you to do it this way. After this, 0.2 F for floating. After that, hours, oops, no. After 6 hours, that milligrams. This dot format after 6. I think that's right. Now I'm going to put a 100 there. All right, that looks right. And if I make this 8, if I make this 24, and I make this 24, $12.5, is that right? Oh no. Must not be 8. It looks like it's half of 8. So I guess what it is it's 24 is like okay, divided by 2 gets you to 6, divided by 2 gets you to 12, divided by 2 gets you to 18, and divided by 2 gets you to 24. Does this work? Well, it looks like it works. All right, so anyway, you should be able to fill in the rest, right? It's pretty easy. Just got to put another one in there, and you got to, it's 3 of them in a row, and that's pretty easy. All right, what's next? Oh, this one. Okay, so the idea here is that you enter in how much a house is worth this month and how much a house was worth last month. So program has two inputs, the current price and last month's price, both integers. Then output the summary listing, then output a summary listing the price, the change since last month, which would be this minus this, and the estimated monthly mortgage computed as with this formula. I suppose that it would have to depend on the interest rate, and that's where whatever this number comes from. But all right, so let's try this out. So we're going to want to print out this number, and we're going to want to print out this number, and we're going to want to print out this number. This number is read in, its current price. This number, however, is going to be change. I'm going to call it change. Change equals, and it's a negative number, so we want to subtract the start with the current price and subtract from that last month's price. Okay, so that's the change number, and then this estimated monthly mortgage, MONMORT, monthly, whatever, mort, MONMORT equals this formula here. Let's just copy this, copy and paste it right here. Paste. Yeah, look, this is the same. All right, so I'm gonna right now I'm gonna print. I'm gonna print current price, and I want to print I want to print change, and I want to print MONMORT. See what those two numbers look like, and I want to put it in there 200,000. What is that? A parking spot. It's a parking spot. $200,000 for a parking spot, and it's gone down in price. Okay, so let's use these numbers. It's nice when they give you numbers to test with. Is that right? Yeah, I guess. All right, run the program. We got 200,000, that's this number. We got 10,000, which is minus 10,000, and then we got this 850 business. So I'm gonna just check out something here. Let's see, my house is, how much do we borrow? 25 or something. Doesn't matter. I want to see what. Our mortgage is higher than that. Does this? Well, maybe we borrowed more money. Oh, maybe this is a more realistic interest rate. Maybe it's time for us to remortgage. All right. Well, anyway, so we have these numbers. Let's not confuse ourselves. Let's go back to 200,000 and 210,000, and it looks like that. And so what we need to do is to make it look like this. And so you could do something like print quote this house is $, the first one, period. The change is $, the next one, since last month, period. Quote dot format parentheses current price, comma, change, and print. So now it looks like this. This house is two. This house is two. The change is that since last month. Okay. So anyway, that's that part. You can do this one. Got to make sure the formatting is right. It's a little bit like, oh, it's like this one here. And then, of course, you want to get rid of this line right here. All right. Very good. What's next? Oh, the last one. All right. Given 4 floating point numbers, use a string formatting expression with conversion specifiers to output their product and their average as integers, rounded, and then floating point numbers. Let me check my notes here. I see. Okay. Yeah, so this is what they're telling us here. To output each rounded integer, you use this kind of format here. Okay. This is a floating point number, but there's no digits to the right of the decimal point. And so then it doesn't even put the decimal point. So when you ask for no digits to the right of the decimal point, it doesn't even output the decimal point. So in other words, it'll look like this. Now, the reason that you have to use this instead of just making an integer is because we want a rounded integer. So that means if it's like, it doesn't just hack off anything to the right of the decimal point. It rounds it. So that's what the floating point will do. That's what formatting it this way will actually round it rather than just truncating it. So let's try it. Let's write some code here. So we got the 4 there, and we're supposed to print out the product and the average. Okay, so let's do prod equals product equals num1 times num2 times num3 times num4. That's the product. And the average equals parentheses num1 plus num2 plus num3 plus num4 divided by 4. And I want to print I want to print it out and see what it looks like right away here. Let's print that out. And let's put these, might as well use these numbers here. And we get run program. We get this, and we get this. Okay. And now the trouble is, okay, so, and that looks like this. Okay, this is F3.3F, 3 digits to the right of the decimal point. So that comes up, so it's going to be this, and it's going to be a 0 there. Now, so if I were to do quote dunt 0.3 end. Oh, got to put the F there, and then end. Comma Oh, no comma. And I think the same thing, right? Just do the same thing. Space. Close the quote. Format this and this. Okay, so that's gonna display out what the bottom one is. So that's the second one. Looks right. 680. So now, if we were to make it be an integer, and we just go int prod int avg, just do that. It looks like this, and you see it's 271.7. See, instead of 272, it did not round. See, it didn't round. So this is wrong. What happens if I submit it? I'm just going to see what happens. Boom. Doesn't give me any points. Believe that? It's like I got half of it right. I got see it does special tests to see if you're using rounding or not. But I got this part right, and it didn't give me any points. Boy, tough. What a tough grader. Okay, so anyway, you would want to fix that to do like it says here. All right, I guess that's it. So next time we're going to start doing if-else branches, and it's kind of fun, and so we can start adding some logic to our programs where we can do some computations, test to see if it's a bigger number or small, whatever, and then go do one thing if it's one thing, and do something else if it's not. All right. So, are there any questions?
Yeah, were we supposed to take 1 or 2 weeks for this module?
I'm sorry. Can you ask that again?
Was this module supposed to be 1 or 2 weeks?
Okay, this module, I made it 2 weeks, but it turns out we only needed 1.5 weeks. So I tell you where I want to fill it. Okay, so next time, yeah. So we're going to start branching early, but I think like chapter 5. Okay. So when I extended chapter 3, when I added a week to chapter 3, I took it out of chapter 5. And there's a lot of these exercises in chapter 5. Now, we can probably get through it, but so my plan is to start chapter 4 tomorrow, Thursday, and spend 3 days or 3. Oh, wait a second. Oh yeah. Spend 2 days. Spend 4 days on chapter 4, and so we would presumably finish chapter 4 at the end of the October 1st or 2nd or something, October or September 30th or something, and then we would spend 2.5 weeks on chapter 5 because it's a little longer. But it doesn't really matter that much because I don't really have deadlines. I've got recommendations, and it's the deadlines come in when we're starting at the end here. The reason is because it's all auto graded, and so to me deadlines should reflect or have some basis. And when an instructor has to grade manually, there's all kinds of things that come into play. One is that if they're big programs, you want to grade them all the same. So if you grade some of them, or if you grade most of them, just after they're due, and then at the end you grade a bunch more. You might not be fair. Also, if it's a big complicated problem, then when you're grading, you got to get your mind, kind of ready for it and remember what all the different possibilities are of ways things can be wrong, and you want to be fair. So that all goes into having these deadlines that are early. And this is 128. So no, I don't really need to teach you any other kind of development environment. So pretty much everything is going to be auto graded. So that's why at the very end, finals week, or when it's time to, there's going to be a day when you can't hand it in any longer, and that'll be about one day before I have to turn all my grades in. And so after the very end due date, then I'm going to go in, I'm going to pull out all the grades again. So that means if you were really late or something, or you want to go back, and you can actually go back and fix something, you want to do all that, that's fine. And I'll pull down all the grades then, and so then that should update everybody's grade. And so that's my deadline. That's the deadline for points. But I'll just tell you, I've been this, my approach for assignments and deadlines and so on is different. It's different than a lot of other instructors, although there are other instructors that have my philosophy. But it's, if you put it off too long and you wait till the very end, of course it just ends up, you're trying really hard and you don't get it all done in time, and the deadline passes and you're overwhelmed because you got a bunch of other stuff in all your other classes, and you end up not getting a good grade because you didn't get your stuff done in time. Not because you couldn't. It's not because of some artificial deadline that you missed way early on in the semester. So somebody just asked if is chapter 4 this week. Where are we now? Chapter. So this is September 15th, which is in this week. It's the first week of this. So no, chapter 4 would not be due until October 2nd. Yeah. Okay. Does that make sense? Are we not going fast enough? I could speed this up. No, I don't want to speed it up because I know I'm. It's good to spend time on this, and so you can really kind of get in the rhythm of programming, and you learn to sort of look at it as a game, and you get things to work, and you do a little bit more, get that to work, do a little bit more, get that to work, and it's sort of a routine, fun thing that you get into. And then you hear about these people, who sit down and start coding, and they stay up for hours coding, and it's because they are incrementally improving their project, or their craft, or this thing that they're building, and you end up staying up late, and you don't have to, when you write programs, usually you don't have to deal with other people's personalities. It's like you're in complete control. You name your variables what you want, and you have a lot of control that way. The approach that you take, and it's a lot different than getting a job working in the human resources department or something. Not that those kinds of jobs are not important, but anyway. So are there any other questions? Say I.
Can you please upload last session's video too?
The last Zoom session?
Yeah.
Oh,
haven't.
did I not do that? Let's see. This is. I think Okay, let me go to here. Today is Tuesday. So I did, oh, did I not? Oh, look at that. I didn't, I put it here. I put it here, but I didn't put it in the resources. Yeah, this is it right here. This is the last session. Aloha, ITS128. Oh, here. And today is. I'm sorry. So I'm not sharing my. So I'm not sharing my screen. Yeah, I posted it here on here, but I forgot to post it over in the resources. So let me do that. I'm gonna copy this link address. This is class number 6. This will be September 10th. No, so yeah, September 10th, chapter 3. ITS 128, yes. 128. Do I do class? Yeah, class. This one. So it's class 6, September 10th. 3.4 to wherever, 3.4. I think I ended it right where I started. 3.4 to 3.9. Okay, there it is. Sorry.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, is there anything else? I actually have committed to office hours. Oh, I should fill this in. Office hours 2 Tuesday, Thursday, the same day as class. Tuesday, Thursday, 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock p.m. And it's on. I can do it on my Zoom. Zoom is https://hawaii.zoom.us/J J/ my phone number 808-371-7424. So you're welcome to contact me at that time. Let me just make this. And there's a, so I have a waiting room because they want you to either have a waiting room or a password. And so, after I think September, pretty soon, Zoom is forcing you to. And so I decided for this one, I will just have a waiting room. And also, if I happen to be meeting with somebody, I guess, and someone else comes, you can wait, I guess, or I mean, if it's related, same class, maybe you can join in. But anyway, so those are my posted office hours. Are there any other questions? Okay, very good. I will see you next time then. See you on Thursday. Thank you. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.